When you look at kind of the difference between the athlete and the lifestyle division of our memberships, obviously goals impact a lot of that decision making. When you're a lifestyle member, usually you're around for 12 months of the year. It's not as seasonal as an athlete would be. You might have kids, you might have a high stress job, you might have a marathon that you're working towards. So you do have goals and considerations away from the facility, but our bread and butter is athlete development here at the RINK and Testify. That attention to detail goes into our athlete development stream a little bit more so than it does in our lifestyle division.
It isn't really suited for any one individual. It's more so suited for individual mindsets. Anybody that is coming in here comfortable of getting uncomfortable, looking to get outside of their comfort zone, using potentially modalities or strength training techniques that they're not accustomed to or haven't been around before. I wouldn't say it's tailored towards one person. It's more so for anybody that's looking to get the best out of themselves and get uncomfortable. We start off with the assessment. That typically takes place in our clinic with our physiotherapist that utilizes the functional movement screen. So essentially what we're doing is we're getting information head to toe physically of how the client is moving and feeling. That information then gets relayed to our performance coaches, who will then take that client out into the floor and perform other physical testing, measuring areas such as range of motion, strength, cardiovascular level. We can then use all of that information to start to build a profile of that prospective client. Towards the end of that assessment, we'll then actually sit down with that client, go over some of the information we were able to gather, both from the physiotherapy portion, but also the on-floor portion with the performance coach, and then start to have some dialogue regarding what they're looking to get out of this program, some of their training experience, and start to set up a plan that way for the coming weeks. I would say being able to actually pair some of the subjective feeling of the client with actual objective data to sort of match those two together, but then also being able to constantly continue to collect that quantitative and objective data to actually monitor how we're doing, where we're going, and determine if any interventions need to be implemented based off of the data that we're seeing. So I would definitely say it sets us apart. Being able to have access to this technology that we can actually use to make those informed decisions, I think is a game changer. I think a lot of people still kind of think of this just as like a hockey performance center, when reality, it's a high-level athletic performance training center. So whether we're dealing with high-level basketball players, volleyball players, baseball, our tennis academy, our speed skaters, we really do have a really diverse group of high-level athletes here that kind of all come from different areas of sport, but essentially are here for the same reason, to develop their athletic qualities specific to that sport. And again, helps create an environment that really is unlike any other gym setting that we see, with that many high-level athletes under the same roof, essentially following the same training model.
You'll have a 50-year-old exec training with an NHL hockey player. You'll have a 30-year-old mom training with a CFL football player, but you also have that training with a 12-year-old baseball player beside them. What I like about our community here is everyone is driven to a certain goal. That goal is very different for every individual, but it always comes down to pushing themselves kind of beyond what they came in here to do. And I think our staff is really good at, one, getting them to do that with a purposeful program, but our members usually kind of drive that activity by themselves. You'll see them communicating together, welcoming new members into the platform, which makes our lives easier too.
The success story within everybody here, I think, looks a little different. I think just seeing people that may have been here for 4 to 6 months, just their confidence level, their ability to come in here, interact a little more with clients, feel more comfortable with our programming, feel more comfortable with our staff. I think that in itself is a success story. Seeing people constantly getting healthier and improving their well-being here, while doing it in a way that they're joining this community and starting to really embrace and engage within that community as well.
I think the proof's always kind of in the pudding, and you have to try it yourself. Everyone reacts to different stimulus no matter what the environment is. I'm obviously a little biased with our product, that I think our product is superior, and our personnel driving that product are next level. If you are on the fence, I would say inquire and come for a visit. We can walk through it in person. We're actually going to build a relationship with you and try and figure out if this is a fit for you, because it is not a fit for everybody. But if it is a fit for you and we can make you better and make you happy when you're doing it, then come give us a shot.